Hey guys, welcome back to Ants Midwest. Today I'm going to be taking you along with me as I build this new vivarium. It's quite a bit larger than what the Aphenogaster tennesseeensis are in, as you can see, close to double the size. I've already begun, and you can see here I've got rocks on the bottom layer, and I've done one layer of dirt and watered it in. Here's an old hide for my snake. My snake used to be in here, but I've rehoused him to a good place so that I could use this big old terrarium for ants. Inside the hide I've placed this skull. It'll be kind of cool to see what the ants make of that. But I'm gonna put more dirt until this hide is completely covered. So the dirt level is gonna be about to here. So they'll have a good, 5-6 inches of dirt. And then I've got this driftwood piece from my snake's old cage that I'll put in here as well, and some other various things. So I've got to go to the store, get more dirt, because this is all I had right here, just about an inch layer. So yeah, come a long way. So I ended up getting some natural loose coconut soil as well as cocoa husk. Got 2 bags of 16 quarts of the soil and 8 quarts of the cocoa husk to mix in with it. Let's go ahead and fill it up. So far, this is what I've come up with. I've got this piece of driftwood stuck down in the dirt and then surrounded by dried sphagnum moss. Got a couple pieces of wood and bark going around. A skull there, and another little stick poking out. There's a worm. It'll eventually find its way down in the soil somewhere. And then on the side, you can see the bottom layer is a different soil. I don't think it'll matter. But you can see it starts off low there and kind of raises up here to come over the hut, which has I actually changed the skull to the little one. You can see some of the dirt came overflowing back in. I think that'll be kind of cool, see what ends up finding its way down here. And it's pretty thick over at this level. That's I don't know how thick that is, maybe like 7 inches. It's not done yet though. I'm gonna eventually get some plants. Not exactly sure which ones yet, so you guys will get to be lucky enough for just skipping over to that. I gotta wait. But I'll see you when I start adding more stuff. While I waited to get plants, I decided to start transplanting some roly-polies from my Aphenogaster tennesseeensis setup and into the new vivarium. As you can tell, I have no shortage of roly-polies and of all sizes. This here was one of the roly-polies in the new vivarium, exploring the setup right after I watered. After a couple of days, I rearranged the moss and got ready to start planting. Alright, so I've watered in the terrarium pretty good, and I think the plants are ready to be planted. Unfortunately, this fern is way too big to actually put in here. I thought I would have enough space on this lower side that it would fit, but it kind of just is too much, and it's too tall anyways. Ants would be able to climb out with that. So, anyways, I've got this here. Let's see. I don't even know what I got. Baby tears. I know they're all good for shaded area. So we got baby tears here, and this will stay on the ground level and work. They said it will crawl around and kind of expand, so I'm excited to see that. You can see it's kind of draping over the edges because it doesn't really grow tall. It just kind of wants to fall over. So then behind that, in the very corner, I've got a pilea. This one is a mini pilea. As you see there. Hello, I'm your mini pilea. Let's see, anything special. It's the friendship plant. Let it dry, provide good drainage, indirect light. Should be plenty good. Just can't water it too much. That one I think I'm going to put right in the corner. And then this one, what even is this? Premium ast foliage? I don't even know. I'm going to find out what this is, and it should be in the video saying what it is. But yeah, that'll just go... I haven't figured out the orientation yet, but that'll just go also in this corner somewhere. This will kind of push up against them. Yeah. I just realized I totally ignored this one. This is a fern, assorted. That's the species, assorted. Definitely. No, that's not. I don't know what it is. I'll have to figure that out as well and hopefully have it in the video for you guys. That's just going to go kind of in the middle on the far side over there. But yeah, now for the fun part. We actually get to plant. So let's start with the mini Palea. And I'm not exactly sure. There's a pretty dry layer of soil underneath. I think I'm gonna do it there. I'm gonna do it where I just kind of stick a hole in the ground there, and then I'll take this whole root ball and put it in that hole. So I'm just gonna use the cup for that. Actually, I don't think it'll work because the soil's too packed. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dig out a little hole for it, which is fine. It's not a problem. It's not really ideal, but it's not a big deal either. I just have to dig. I'm gonna dig now. I'm one with the ants. Okay, now let's see if that can be good. It's a little too low, so I can backfill. You want it to the soil not to come over the top, really. But you can kind of just, you can have it come over the top, but not too much. Kind of just to here. Oh, I was out of frame. If you could. If you fill it, if you put it in too deep, and then there's always contact of soil on the roots, or not on the roots, I'm sorry, the stem, then you'll get root rot a lot easier, and your plants will die. So you want to make sure to try to not cover it too deep. Also, you don't want to pack in the soil around it too much. It'll make it really difficult for the roots to spread. So make sure to be careful about that. Now, I don't know the orientation I want of this. I think I'm going to do it along the back wall. Just like, I think you can see. Yeah, I'm just going to do it along the back wall like that, right under the thermometer here. So let's dig another hole. Let's see, is that going to fit well? That looks pretty good. And then just be careful if you're doing this. You don't want to break the stems. Some plants are pretty fragile, some aren't. So just kind of be careful. Alright. And again, don't pack it in around the plant, kind of just backfill it. Easier said than done, by the way, especially when you're working right up against a wall. I'm going to try to just put this chunk of soil on the backside and then bring the leaves up over it. It should clean up a little bit when I water again. I'll water these all in right away. That's another important step when you're planting. But let's go ahead and get the baby tears in. So what I do when I take these out, is kind of just squish around the edges. And then that loosens it up. Then you can, depending on your plant, remember, if it's fragile, you can't do this. But this one's not very fragile. It won't break, it won't die. So I'm just going to set it in my hand upside down and take the pot off. And then just go ahead and place it in your spot. I'm trying my best not to bury any of the leaves. And this should continue to spread throughout the terrarium. Hopefully not too much, but hopefully a good amount as well. Yeah, I'm just going to go right here. I think that'll... Oh, there's a spider. I've seen that spider in here a bunch of times. I don't know if you can't climb up the glass or what. But maybe she just likes it. I don't really mind. By the way, this is also kind of what I do for a job. I work at a greenhouse, so I'm excited to start, kind of getting into the whole plant care. I've never really done it, but a lot of vivariums and stuff. I thought it'd be really cool. It actually looks really good. I like that. Oh, Jesus, I just bumped my Phoenigaster tennesciensis. They're probably mad at me now. No, they actually barely even reacted. Okay. Alright, so the plants are in. I'm just gonna go ahead and spray them with water now. To try to get some of that dirt off. Oh, jeez, I almost dropped you guys. You guys okay? Can you stay still, please? On my terrible tripod that's not really holding my phone very. I literally use a rubber band to hold my phone down on this tripod, just I'm looking into, don't worry though, come on, I'm looking into the new supplies for recording. There's a new tripod I want to get from more stable footage. I know that's one of my biggest issues is stable footage in these videos, but yeah. think it's actually nice. Look, look. I know I've disturbed you, I apologize, but also look, the plants, they're much cleaner. I got all the soil off. As you saw, I also dumped water. When you finish planting, you should definitely water in your plants pretty good. It'll push soil to around that root ball, so the root ball sits within the cup, in the soil, and it holds all that soil together. So that's why you call it a root ball. But when you dig a hole and put that root ball in it, it doesn't. There's a difference between packed soil, loose soil, and I guess natural soil, which is more what you get when you water in your plants after you plant them. You get more of a natural soil, a natural pack. When you just straight up pack soil in, it kind of just pushes all the air out and it makes it very difficult for plants to root and such. So just make sure to water them in nicely when you're done. Well guys, I think that's going to do it for this terrarium. I don't want to put too many plants in and crowd it. I don't want too many decorations where the ants can hide everywhere. I mean, after all, we keep them so that we can watch them. I don't think there's anything else I really want to add. There's a little bit of open space down here that I could fill, but I don't think I will. You guys go ahead though, let me know if you think there's anything I should add or suggestions. Maybe I'll like it enough to put it in. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. I'll definitely make sure to keep updating you on this terrarium. It won't get ants for quite a while. I don't have a colony for this right now. I was thinking of putting my Formica Montana in, but since the soil is so deep and like more soil than airspace, they'll definitely build a mound to where they can get out. So they're not going to be good for this setup. So yeah, I'm just going to keep putting insects in. Like I said, I've been transferring roly-polies from the Aphenigaster tennesseensis. I see them out and about every now and then. Yeah, I'll make sure though in my other videos I'll update you on anything new with this setup. But other than that, it's just gonna kind of sit here and get watered until spring rolls around and I get a colony. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and check out some of my other videos. See ya!